Frank, welcome in. How you doing? What's your thoughts this afternoon?
Hi, Frank.
Good evening, good evening, good afternoon. Not even in the Netherlands is it evening yet. Good evening, Matt and Martin. Yeah, my thoughts are that I should be on the coaching staff at Ipswich Town, because I said Connor Chaplin should be back in the side. I actually mentioned it. Martin wasn't too sure. You had a debate about this last week. I said, or 2 weeks ago, I said I think he will fit, because just because he isn't very high doesn't mean to say he's not very good. A lot of people assume that a shorter player for some reason is less skillful. Anyway, I think he's proved his point already. And I also suggested, and Matt will confirm this, that Omari Hutchinson should be on the right, as a lot of other people have.
I've been saying that one, yeah.
Yeah, so both of those things are now happening. I don't know why it's taken McKenna so long, if I'm being brutally honest.
Well, the injury to Ogbeni has probably forced his hand a little bit, I think, Frank.
I think so. Yeah. I don't think he would have done it otherwise, but I think he's starting to realise this. He said he watched the England under-21 game when Omari Hutchinson was playing on the right, so he had an opportunity to change it before this, but he's now finally under pressure, or because he has no option, he's done it, which is good. Now, the point I'd like to raise about yesterday is Premiership guile. Players fall over the slightest touch. We're too honest as players, I think. We really try and go for it, but we're not looking for free kicks. And a lot of these old heads in the Premiership and Premiership clubs, they see the opportunity. Now, I was looking at that incident with the blatant penalty that we all agree was blatant. Even match of the day. Although it wasn't Gary Lineker who had the audacity to suggest that it was a penalty. He wouldn't, would he? But yeah, I'm totally biased. Gosh, I can't stand that guy now. But anyway, the point about it is, any other team and the players would have surrounded the ref. They'd have kicked the ball out so that they put pressure on the referee to go and have a look, VAR. But I never saw Ipswich players doing it. All right, the ball was still in play. It happened when Leif Davis almost got a penalty the other week. Because the ball's still in play, it's a bit more difficult. But the next thing that stopped the game was the red card on Calvin Phillips, which was really excruciating bad, I thought, because, okay. Even match of the day, I have to say, I have to give them credit where credit is due. They said that they didn't think it was, even Lineker said it was a harsh decision to get a second. The first yellow, though, you could argue could have been a red if it was the wrong referee. But this Tim Robinson, I mean, gosh, what a bad referee. I think we can go back to the days of Clive Thomas. I don't think there's any referee since that will live in our memory for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
It was desperately sad. But I thought the whole team played well. I think they were really very, very unlucky not to take all 3 points. And if it hadn't been for the referee and modern day VAR or not using it, then I think we would have got the 3 points. So all round disappointed. I do have a poem for you, by the way.
Oh, right. Brilliant.
Quickly penned, because a draw is, it should have been a win. So I'll read it and see what you think. Bear in mind, there may be a few mistakes, so I'll just pencil it while the program had started. So I called it Mr. Robinson, a bit like the Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, what a husband she's got. Anyway, we could have won, we should have won. Of this there is no doubt. But bad refereeing decisions forced us all to scream and shout. Who forgets Clive Thomas way back in 75? Well, now we have a new one, but his name is Tim, not Clive. We could have won, we should have won, but VAR got in the way. It's not because they used it, it's because it would not play. Leif Davis on the volley put Town into the lead, and it should have stayed that way, we know, but our hearts were forced to bleed. A second red for Phillips, a ref who was so blind, he'd be better off with a guide dog, so his judgment is aligned. We could have won, we should have won, but football is not fair. There is one rule for the rich clubs, and the others must despair.
Lovely that, Frank. You're the poet laureate of Talking Town. It's amazing.
You certainly are.
Very good. Very good.
Frank,